Hi, this is Rod Santo Massimo with the Massimo Group, and welcome to this presentation on the right fit, aligning natural behaviors with your vision for CRE success. Over the last 11 plus years as the founder of the Massimo Group, we have worked with thousands of commercial real estate professionals. Part of our process is to ensuring our clients can maximize their personal and, yes, their professional margin. We work with folks that are brand new to the business, to the most seasoned top producers in the world, to broker owner managers, to juniors, and everywhere in between. One common element of success, whether it be more business in less time, more money in less time, is leveraging more talented people. That's right. Aligning yourself with talented people to help your business grow. So today, we'd like to share with you some approaches to allow you to go out and build a team to get you in position to, yes, earn more, but more importantly, have more margin in your life. So let's look at your business. Whether you're an independent contractor working for yourself within a brokerage firm, have your own practice, or yeah, if you're a broker owner manager of a large international firm, you are the CEO. And as the CEO, you have so many responsibilities. In fact, you have 5 divisions of which you must manage correctly, and all those responsibilities in order to create a consistent, sustainable business model. But think about it. You can't possibly do this all yourself. Well, and if you tried, you won't get to the point where you have a thriving business. Instead, you'll be caught on that transaction treadmill. Let's look at some of the common approaches on building your team. First, one situation is you have an employee mindset, and that is, look, I don't want to build my team. The expense, the administration, the hassle of having employees is just not for me. I'm here to tell you, I built my team with now almost 40 individuals with 0 employees. And many of our clients also build their teams with 0 employees. Get out of that mindset. Think independent contractors, vendors, part-time, virtual assistants. There's a better way to grow your team today. Yeah, you recruit based on your friends' suggestions, okay? I get it. That's an easy way to go. Hey, I know someone, or hey, I got a buddy. I get that. But is that necessarily the best person for the position you need? Yep. Your interview questions are undefined. You're just asking questions that either you made up or sound good or you read in a book, but they're undefined. When you're asking specific interview questions, what exactly are you looking for in a response? And what does a response tell you about that candidate? Really important, you have defined interview questions. Lack of communication of expectations, absolutely true. Whether it's a full-time employee or even a virtual assistant across the globe, the inability to create distinct, specific, defined communication always comes back to bite you, and you find out what you get in return is not what you expected. Absolutely thinking smart people is all you need. There's a theory, hey, as long as they're smart, they'll figure it out. That's not necessarily true. Don't get me wrong, love smart people, but you gotta get the right people for the right position. Nope, you don't test for skills. You should always test for skills. If you're getting a marketing assistant, check out their marketing materials. If you're getting an analyst, how are they on Yardi or Excel, whatever tools you're using, right? Think about skills testing before you go ahead and align yourself in any way with that person. And last but not least, you're not checking for natural behaviors. Yes, natural behaviors are so vital in the success of a role, whether that role might be, again, junior, admin, analyst, senior. The natural behaviors will say a lot about the success that person will have in the position. So given all these elements, these challenges, these barriers to the right process to bring along the right folks, here's what we tend to see in the marketplace when we get calls of things not working. This is what we hear from prospects. First, recruits did not meet expectations. Well, of course, we didn't clearly set what those expectations should be. Team is dysfunctional. Absolutely. Folks may be doing the wrong things based on their skill set, based on their natural behaviors, right? Based on what their desires are. It's so important you put the right person in the right position to have success. Individual frustration. Think about that. The team is dysfunctional because the individual is frustrated. Yep, this means the expense of emotional energy. Yeah, on your part, absolutely. You're frustrated. The results are not what you want. And also, the individual is frustrated as well. That emotional energy absolutely saps up any positive progress that could happen. Therefore, now you have a resistance to bring anybody on board. It didn't work out last time. They left too soon. They stole all my stuff. They built their own firm. You know, we find out when these things happen, it's not necessarily because of income or monetary issues. More times than not, it's communication issues. And there are better ways to understand how to best communicate with anyone on your team, again, whether full-time, part-time, or virtual. And absolutely promoting the wrong person for the new job. I'm sure you can think of many occasions where maybe someone was a top salesperson and heck, let's make them the manager. Okay, maybe naturally, either they're not designed to be a manager, they're not wired to be a manager, or they don't want to be a manager. They're too independent. They don't want all the structure and the accountability. They just want to go out and get deals. So make sure when you promote someone or place someone, they're the right person for the right job. Now, what would happen if, in fact, you found the right person for the right role in your team? Think about that. How is leveraging others, notice I did not say hiring, I said leveraging. How is leveraging others of value to you? Well, first and foremost, you get to focus on what you do best, whatever that might be. Maybe you're a great originator or a closer or a servicer or right, an analyst, whatever it might be. You get to focus on what you do best. And yeah, I love this. You get to do what you enjoy the most. What you enjoy the most, as long, of course, is one of the more productive things you could do for your team, for your business. Aligning with people more talented than you. Absolutely. I share with everyone, what's the basis for the growth of the Massimo Group? I've engaged and aligned myself with people that are so much more talented in the roles they play for the team than I could ever be. Our marketing people are much more talented than me. Our salespeople are more talented than me. Our operations people, more talented than me. Our coaches, well, I won't say that. We have great coaches. I still think I'm a pretty good coach, but again, they're very talented as well. Yes, investing in people at a rate less than your own. Now think about that. If you go out and you hire a analyst, and I'm going to just hypothetically at $30 an hour, I can tell you right now that you personally are making more than $30 an hour. You are. Your worth, your value is greater than $30 an hour. So finding talented people at rates less than your own allows you to grow your business. And absolutely, when you leverage others, you create substantial personal and professional margin in your life. You become more present. Think about that. To do things personally and or professionally. It's a great place to be. So start leveraging others and enjoy the benefits of all these variables. Let's look at some of the data of the approach, which I'm going to share with you right now. First, for the last 11 years plus, we've applied the approach I'm about to share with you with over 1,000 commercial real estate professionals. And before that, the late and great Ralph Spencer, through his innovative learning business, he did the same with thousands of other commercial real estate professionals. And then together we worked on these profiles of different roles, producers, admin, juniors, and the like. And we developed profiles that reflect success in given roles. So together, we also put this in a study in my last book, CRE Teams Built to Dominate. In fact, we wrote a special section called The Science of the Teams. And I'm about to share with you how you can get a copy of that. So your decision really is, why don't you invest in yourself by aligning with talented people, right? Some of you say, well, it costs too much or it takes too much time. And I'm here to share with you, if you want more money and to have more money in less time, you need to align yourself with the right folks. Of course, the issue is, how do I find the right person? Where is that person? What do I need to do? How do I pick them all from all the other candidates out there for this specific role? Especially when all the candidates, well, they're all similar. They look alike. Their resumes are alike, right? So how do I distinguish one from another? We believe you should assess, that's right, assess your candidates, all your candidates for all your positions. In fact, we strongly encourage you to assess everyone on your current team to understand how to best utilize them, how to best position them for the right role, and also how to best work with one another for maximum productivity. And we're going to talk about natural behaviors, a behavioral analysis, looking at how individuals are wired to, again, align them with the right role given their natural behaviors. So let's talk about this assessment. Now, as I share with you this assessment, understand whether you've done behavioral assessments in the past, such as Colby or DISC. What I'm going to share with you is called the AVA assessment. And like those other assessments, they're based on certain verticals. In this case, 4 verticals or 4 vectors. And like all behavioral assessments, they have to be 2-dimensional. And I'll share with you in a few minutes what that means. So from a coaching perspective, again, we've coached thousands of professionals over our tenure with the Massimo Group. We utilize these natural behaviors so our coaches know how to push or pull individuals to get the most out of them, where they are naturally aligned in certain verticals, so we know what to do to move them forward. Here's the first vertical, and it's called assertiveness. What's your level of assertiveness? And again, as I shared with you recently, that every assessment is 2-dimensional. And so there's a rating, not a score. There's no test here. It's just a rating. There's a rating on the tendencies of your assertiveness. Are you a low assertive from a rating of 1 to 9? Or are you a high assertive, right? Assertive tends to be more goal-oriented. They know what they want. They'll pursue what they want. Think of this also in terms of your practice and your team. So for example, we have found, so working with thousands of commercial real estate professionals, assertiveness, people who are really assertive, goal-oriented, they have a natural tendency to make prospecting calls more easily, right? They have a tendency to make prospecting calls more easily because they have a goal, a vision, and they're going to do what it takes to achieve that goal. So think about assertiveness. Second vector, sociability. Now, how social are you? How much of a people person are you? Or do you want to become? Or is it introverted? Okay, low sociability rating, maybe a 1, 2. Or highly social extroverted, right? Extroverted, an 8 or a 9. And where does that flow in? Again, application to our clients in commercial real estate. Those that we find are low in a sociability rating, they tend not to want to go out and network as much as others. They're uncomfortable being in crowds. Now, can they do it? Absolutely, they can do it. But it's a challenge. It's hard. It's harder than what they naturally would like to do. And some of our clients absolutely are really social, right? Love being in a crowd, love being in front, love giving a speech, and they're comfortable doing that. But that doesn't mean that's the best fit for brokerage. And we'll share with you why in a few minutes. The third vector is calmness. Calmness, right? Low calm, right? Low calm. Well, a low calm would mean a 1, you're impatient. That's a low calm. Versus a high calm, right? Steady, cautious, you're there. That's where you are. That's a high calm. Again, where the woes tend to be. And last but not least, and by the way, in commercial real estate, we do find a lot of folks are impatient. No surprise there, but they are. Not everyone, but a lot are. And the last vertical is conformity. Think of this as, structure, but also independence. Someone who has low conformity, they really see big picture, not very detail oriented. High conformity, enjoys structure, enjoys policies, procedures, right? That's where they are. Think about you and your team and the positions that you need for everyone. Would you want for example, someone running your operations to be a low conformist or a high conformist? You would think higher, right? That would be. Would a top producer tend to be low conform or high conform? They would tend to be low conformity, thinking of big pictures, doesn't want to get caught in the details, doesn't want to write reports, right? Now, these are tendencies. We're going to share with you how these apply to commercial real estate, and also be careful not to read them as exacts, because this is not exact. I'm going to show you how. So let's jump right onto it. Again, looking at thousands of iterations and working with, again, hundreds upon hundreds and thousands of individuals in commercial real estate, we looked at certain roles. One role would be a top producer. And what we found is top producers have a tendency, again, these are tendencies, to be highly assertive. In this case, if you look at this graph, vector 1, assertiveness, high assertive, they tend to be a 9, right? Or 7, 8, 9, high. Situationally social, understand that, in this case, a 6 profile. Low calmness, no surprise there, let's call that 3. And low conformity, again, highly independent. Think about that, right? Now, if you look at that, 9, 6, 3, 2, that equals 20. And in fact, like most of assessments at the AVA tool, every rating needs to be equated to total 20 points. So yes, there's always some restrictions. In fact, some people may be 10s or 11s on assertiveness, but the rating, of course, allows, and the model can only go so high. So does that mean for you to be a top producer, you must be highly assertive and medium social and low calm and low conformity? Absolutely not. In fact, at the Massimo Group, many of our clients who are making millions of dollars do not fit this profile. We're just sharing with you, when you're looking for someone maybe to take on a role of originator in your business, you would probably then tend to look for someone who has more highly assertive than someone that's low assertive and low social, because those natural behaviors would have more tendencies to fill that role. So understand this. And you can't look at one vector versus another. You have to do the whole thing together in the aggregate. Now, we also study teams. And so if you have a team, this is really important. And down below in the legend, I said, look, the diamond is the team profile. In this case, 4934. 4934, again, equals 20. And down below also is certain people on a team. This is an actual team that we study. We studied so scores and scores of team when I wrote my second book, Teams Built to Dominate. And so there's 2 partners and an admin. Let's focus on the first vector, assertiveness. The 2 partners are general to highly assertive. The admin, the triangle, right? Low assertive. Is that a good combination? Well, it could tend to balance off one another, right? And maybe that admin may be empowered enough to share with the principals, look, getting a little too assertive here. Maybe, maybe not. Sociability, again, the 2 partners, the square and the circle, they're really social. The admin, he or she is not. So when we look at this as a team, we see what the team profile is. My point is here. If you have a team, you can actually do an assessment on the entire team, both individually and as a group. And I'm going to give you several examples. In fact, I'm going to share with you my team and our profiles, what we look like and what it means and how we work with others. So think about that. One more example would be this one where we have a junior, senior admin. That sound familiar? In your case, do you know what junior, senior admin? And once again, look at this, a little similar from the first, the assertiveness. The junior and senior, highly assertive. The admin, not at all, passive. Now, socially, this case, the admin, the triangle, yeah, he or she is really highly social. And the junior and senior, not as much. So I'm just trying to share with you there's different combinations. And by these combinations and compositions, you get different team profiles. And the team profile really will share with you what that team is best suited for. So for example, in the past, we looked at certain teams. We had a team that had a profile very low assertive, mediocre sociability, mediocre calmness, very high structure. Think about that, right? So low assertive, medium social, rather high calmness, rather high conformity. That team, by the way, was a service team. They were a corporate accounts team. So all they did was take orders and fulfill those orders. That makes perfect sense. That's a great combination. So think about this as you structure your team, where they are, who they are, what's best for maximum performance. Again, just don't go on gut. Instead, go on the science. Now, we found by, again, evaluating scores of teams that the better performing teams have a tendency to be more assertive as a team, to definitely be more social as a team, have medium to low levels of calmness, and have medium to lower levels of conformity. Again, this is based on teams we've studied, the scores of teams, and looking at the averages and aggregates and seeing where those top producing teams generally tend to be. These all are not exact, they are tendencies. In case, in your case, your team may not fit this profile, and that's okay. But there's things you can do to address to get your team to become more productive. You can't change natural behaviors, absolutely not, but you can change approaches and skills and certain things and habits to get to a point where you become more productive. As I told you earlier, I want to share with you what our team is. First of all, there's me. I'm a 5-7-7-1. What does that mean? I'm medium assertive. I am. But I'm highly social. I am. And I tend to be calm. But I'm really independent. I'm really independent. I see big picture. I'm not going to call it the minutia. And that gives me an independent kind of flavor. My director of operations, yep, she is really assertive. Medium social, medium calmness. But again, she's more independent. She's more dogmatic. What I love about this is, what it means is she's one to follow the rules and set the rules and make sure people do the right things. Now, did I assess her before I put her in that role? Absolutely. That's what I needed for the director of operations. So it was a great fit. My director of member services, low assertiveness, very passive, right? But very social and also highly calm and also very independent on the conformity scale. Is this great? Yeah, think about it. Her role is to deal with our clients, right? So social is great, fantastic, love it. High calm. Look, anyone dealing with clients, it's great to be highly calm. It just is, right? Very calm. So she's more tactful. I want you to start to think about your people and yourself and where you are. Director of coaching, because everyone, by the way, all these people are independent contractors. They're all no employees. Think again outside the employee box. Now, can employees work? Absolutely. Think about outside the employee box. Director of coaching, okay, more persistent. Because all our coaches, our 30 plus coaches across North America, are independent contractors and work small, just a few hours a week. We need someone persistent on them. We can't manage them. We can't control them. They're independent contractors. That persistence helps. My executive assistant, well, she's assertive. Guess what? I'm not assertive, right? I'm a 5. She's a 9. Does that work well? Hell yeah. Sometimes she pulls me, which is great, I love it. She has ideas. I say, let's do it. Our directors of business development, we have a couple of them. In fact, I took really the average. This is what they look like. Highly assertive, highly social, not very calm, and don't like structure. Yeah, our sales guys saying, I don't want all the reports, right? Give me the phone. Let me talk to people. I love it. They're activators. Think about you when you build your team. What do you want to do? What roles do you want to fill? We have clients that really don't like making calls. We got to align them with people, either part-time, full-time, virtual, that are more assertive, more goal-oriented, understand what we need. Therefore, they're the activators. And our director of marketing, she's more closely to me than anybody else. She's an independent as well, right? She is goal-oriented, quasi-social, quasi-calm, very independent. I love it because she just gives me all ideas. I let her run with everything in marketing. In fact, she tells me what to do and I do it. Again, more talented people, you don't pay as high as you pay yourself. More talented people, all these individuals are more talented than me in what they do. I don't pay them as high as I pay myself. Again, this is how we build real wealth. The team AVA, by the way, the team assessment is we're fairly independent. And get this, none of us work with each other because we're all independent contractors. We all work out of either our homes or our offices. And we have those occasional team calls and we put it on Zoom and we see 25, 30, 40 faces. Generally, no one's next to each other. And that's what I love about the Massimo group. Great people. How does this work for you? So how can you see yourself now really accelerating your growth? I'm telling you, the way you do it is aligning yourself with more talented folks. I want to bring your attention to a website called CRE Perform. CREperform.com is a new entity which I have, I can't say, well, I've now created it, but it's all based on the findings, the science, the intellectual property by AVA assessments that was originally created or worked with and not created and used by the late great Ralph Spencer. Since his passing, and since we use it for 11 years, we acquired it, we took it on. We are the exclusive licensee within the commercial real estate industry to utilize this incredible tool for helping individuals align with others in various ways and teams to align with themselves to go out and perform and produce and maximize their results. So here's the application for you. Yeah, you want to hire a new team member? Yep, interview them, absolutely test their skills, have folks in your team interview them, look at examples of their work. Yep, get them assessed. Make sure you understand their natural behaviors. If you're promoting someone to a new role, that new role will require different responsibilities. Make sure that that person and their natural behaviors align with those responsibilities. Yeah, you want better performance within your team. You're not working as well as you think you can. Do an assessment. Make sure everyone is in the right seat on the bus, in the words of Good to Great, right? Great book, Good to Great. Is everyone in the right roles? How do you know unless you know their natural behaviors? You're just guessing, in other words. Identifying the best way to communicate with existing team members. Oh, I love this one. When you do an assessment, part of the report you get is how to best manage, how to best talk, interview, everything you need to know about working with that person to get the most out of them, which is critical. Let me get a quick tangential story. Again, I shared earlier, our director of operations, it's Catherine. Again, she's dogmatic, highly assertive. Remember that person? Well, when she first came aboard, she liked to communicate exactly what she wanted. And so she would expand on her communication. I want to say she was talkative, but she was comprehensive in her messaging. I, however, am right to the point. I'm black and white. Tell me what's going on within a couple of words and let's go and make a decision. So the communication at first was very frustrating. So what did I do? I went back and read her AVA report. I understood what it would take to communicate best with her. Yes, did I adjust? Absolutely. I need to adjust, as do you, for everyone on your team. And again, I'm sharing with you, she's not an employee. But if she wants to work with me and I want to work with her and succeed, I need to know how to best communicate with her. This is true for everyone on your team. You, as the leader, need to understand how to communicate with each individual and not treat them all the same. It's so critical. And the AV assessment allows you to understand that best. And yeah, identifying how to best work with virtual team members. Again, all my team members are virtual. They're not in the office. I can't read their body language. I can tell if they're having a bad day. It's impossible. So what do? Read their AVAs. When I talk to them, I know beforehand how to work with them. In fact, in our coaching, because all our coaching is virtual, our coaches will review the individual client's AVA once a month just to confirm their understanding of how to best work with them. Now, I did allude earlier, there is a free download for you at called our Science of Teams. There's a special section in my second book. We're going to give that to you. That will share with you more stories and more teams and how they work together. But don't forget, this is also an individual assessment as well. One thing we found out, by the way, when our clients take these assessments and we ask them, hey, how accurate was it? They generally tell us from a scale of 1 being, who the heck is this? And 10 being, oh my goodness, it's exactly me. Our clients tend to say, look, it's around 8.5, 8.75% accurate, which is fantastic. Now, here's the thing. When we have our clients ask their spouses or significant others to read their profile, their spouse or significant other says, hey, dude, that's a 995. They got you nailed. They tell you that. Yep, the spouse knows them better than know themselves. Sometimes it's hard for us. I understand. It's hard for us to admit some of the things that reports tell us about ourselves, but that's why when you get the assessment, one thing we ask you is, let us know what you agreed to, not you're not agreed to, so we can move forward. Speaking of moving forward, here's a special offer for everyone. First and foremost, if you want to get an individual assessment and you do so before Monday, December 9th, we'll take $50 off the retail price, which by the way, is only $200. So you'll get an individual assessment if you order before December 9th on yourself and or someone you're going to promote and a team member or all your team members. By the way, if you have all your team done, we actually will give you a team report as well, right? So think about that. Team reports can be created if you want a whole team done, but off the individual assessments, and every report you'll see starts in individual assessments, $50 off. Use the promo code webinar in capital letters. Oh, something even in addition. If you're one of the first 5 to order, I'll spend 30 minutes with you and review the report after our consultant reviews the report and gives us the findings. The AVA consultant, which we, of course, engage as well. And by the way, I did an AVA on her, so I best understood how to speak with her and communicate. She's virtual. So the first 5 to order will receive a complimentary 30-minute review session with me. Now, based on the timing, it might be in December or it might be in January, but we'll absolutely, for the first 5 only, we'll get that consult done as well. So let me share this with you again. The place you go to order your AVA is CREPerform.com. This tool has so much application. Think about it. Are you hiring someone new? Are you want a better alignment with your team? Are you going to promote somebody or better communicate with your current folks? Or look, even figure out how to best work with virtual members. All this absolutely requires that you know them best. Not only them, but what you think you know, how you read people, but really understand people, what makes them tick, how they're wired. That's done by understanding their natural behaviors. Well, this has been great. I do greatly appreciate your attention during this presentation. I welcome any questions, but please check it out at CREPerform.com. Until next time, this is Rod Santomassimo with the Massimo Group. Let's move forward.